Ludwig van Beethoven's Für Elise, one of the most popular and one of the most recognizable pieces that was ever written for the piano. Beethoven's Für Elise is beautiful, it's sweet, it's elegant, and it's simple. And yet, not as easy as we may think. Beethoven's Für Elise is the song that most of beginners or intermediate piano students or even advanced piano students or just inspiring pianists are striving to learn. And striving to learn it beginning to the very end. But what happens when, say, a piano student, or you guys who just tuned into my video, found my channel, if you guys decide to learn it, what if you go the wrong way about it? And as a result of it, always and constantly end up with that unfinished piece. Sound familiar? So is it really hard to learn Für Elise by Beethoven? Is it easy to learn Beethoven's Für Elise? What I know for sure that it's easy is my step-by-step piano method guide for you that I will be giving you right now in this very video. So if you guys are ready, let's go. Welcome everybody back to Concert Pianist Piano Coaching. I'm Anna Chepikova, internationally certified, classically trained concert pianist, artist of solo piano and piano instructor. I've got over 25 years of experience in piano instruction and teaching and coaching piano. So thank you so much for sharing, liking, and subscribing. Do share this message with all who are striving to learn the piano the real way, to learn the piano the correct way. That's what my channel is created for, to help you guys to achieve, to learn how to play the piano, to give you those little golden nuggets every time I upload each video to help you with all of your piano dreams and piano. Let's just dive right into our today's topic. How to learn Beethoven's Für Elise. What are those magic methods that will do wonders? Are there even existing those magic methods? Yes, they are. The very first step that we need to take before starting working on any new piece is asking yourself one question. What is that song I'm about to learn is about? Simply to know a little bit, even if it's a little bit, about what we will be performing about. We have to know the story. There are also lots of different varieties of opinions as to who the actual Elise, the lady named Elise was, right? Or may have been. One of Beethoven's musicologists suggests it was someone who Beethoven proposed to. Yes, a secret love of his that he proposed to, but sadly was turned down. There has to be a story behind the song, behind any composition. Would you agree? If you think about it, every song, every composition that's ever written is someone's story, someone's feelings, or someone's voice. Let's listen to two very brief but very drastically different examples of performing the opening theme of Beethoven's Für Elise, okay? I like to call it option 1 and option 2. And after you hear both of them in a row, as I will be demonstrating them to you live, the following. Which one out of those two options do you prefer? Number two, which one out of those two options sounded more interesting and why? Are you ready, guys? Here's option one. And what do you know? Here's option two. Leave in your comments below which option you like better and why. Which one sounded more interesting and why it sounded more interesting. If you like the option 2 better, let me know why you like the second one better. Possibly because the option 1 sounded monotonous, monotone, or in a simple language pretty boring, or kind of not good. Maybe the first option was not as good sounding as the second is because we played all the notes at the same volume. At the same volume. Are you guys with me? So, not too exciting, right? When we're playing the notes at the same dynamical volume, it's not doing anything. It's not creating any musical feeling, or it's not conveying the story we want to convey. If there's no expression, there's no emotion. And if there's no emotion, there's no quality. If there's no quality, it's just a boring performance. The second one we already figured out sounded better. Now let's analyze why it sounded better. The left hand was playing a lot softer and at a lot lower volume than the right hand. That way, we've allowed the melody that is written in our right hand to project, right? So we've allowed, by softening the dynamics in left hand, we've allowed the right hand, where the melody is, to be number 2. I also hope you've noticed that the option 2 also had some notes I've played louder than some other notes. So some notes were louder than others. Notes are played slightly heavier or slightly quieter than other notes. Finally, one more. The notes get louder when they ascend, and the notes were played softer and quieter as they descend. My personal coaching advice for you guys to memorize this very phrase that I just pronounced to you by heart. What if we were to have lyrics written to Für Elise? What if the song Für Elise by Ludwig van Beethoven had actual lyrics written to it? This is really exciting right now. Pay attention, you guys. Don't go anywhere. We're getting to really awesome stuff right now. First phrase, and calculate how many notes you're hearing in that first phrase when E and G sharp alternate each other. Ready? Listen carefully and count how many notes. Let's do it one more time. Calculate and count, literally, the amount of notes you're hearing in this first opening theme. How many notes was that? How many notes was that? How many notes was that? Just think about it. Imagine the lyrics that we would write to say every single note in that famous melody, right? You don't have to be a singer or a professional vocalist. No, God forbid, we're not talking about your singing skills. We're talking about your thinking skills and analyzing skills. So how would you say, sing that first opening theme? This one. Here's what comes to my mind. Once upon a time I fell in love. Next one. In love with you. And say next one. With only you. Guys, go ahead and rewind this very episode few seconds prior and listen to what I just told you right now. Those tricks, those methods do wonders. Anybody's getting an idea of what I'm getting at? I have a feeling you are getting an idea because you have already discovered my channel and have tuned in to that video. Please, right this very minute, this very moment, think of your own lyrics to those exact groups of notes that I've mentioned to you earlier about. So go ahead and leave those lyrics in your comments. It's going to be really fun. So how do we learn Für Elise using those wonderful methods? Number one, and most important one, is by adding phrasing, articulation, dynamics, and correct pedaling. First thing I mentioned to you guys was what? Phrasing. The phrasing. Yes. You start at the beginning. You're adding a little bit of a dynamic toward the middle of the phrase, and then you finish at a full stop. Just as we guys talk in everyday life, right? With our increase in the volume of our voice, decrease in the volume of our voice, of our intonation, of our pauses we're taking, right? The same way music phrasing works. So now, listen once again how the good phrasing will be applied to Für Elise, to the first very major two lines of the song. Listen again. Now we're continuing the game called Spot the Difference, right? Listen to those other two different examples and ask yourself which one you think sounded wrong to you. I'm trying to stay strong here and not to make any comments on the quality of that kind of performance. So, here is option number two, I promised, and you will pick up the difference, I have no doubt. Listen carefully, guys. Option number two, we're talking about phrasing now. All included, of course, with dynamics. Option two. out that the second option, or option number 2, sounded better. Why? It sounded better because the accents were placed onto certain notes, especially on the first note of each bar or measure. This is simply how we articulate the music. Here's another golden nugget for you guys. Please do pay attention. Whenever the melody of the song goes up, we typically use the crescendo, which is a increasing in volume. Number 2, whenever the music goes down, we use a diminuendo or decrescendo or lowering the volume. Finally, guys, another easy piano method to get to know your Für Elise or your other pieces you will be working on is called the proper pedaling. Yes, I am so excited right now because I'm going to be giving you 3 different options of performing Für Elise. And watch my pedal. Here's option 1. Option 2. And here comes pedaling option 3. Which one do you prefer? I just gave you 3 options when it comes to pedaling in Für Elise. Which one sounded better for you? Number 1, I didn't use my pedal at all. Completely no pedal. This sounded possibly okay, but was there a warmth to that music? Number 2 option, I used the pedal on every single note. Did you enjoy it? I think you can hear how muddy and blurry everything sounded because the notes became kind of unclear. And finally, the third way I played, the third way I used my pedal. I used my pedal at a start of every single measure. Number 1, dynamics. Number 2, phrasing. Number 3, articulation. And number 4, pedaling. Remember, if there's no expression, there's no emotion. Just as Ludwig van Beethoven, the author of that very Für Elise that we dedicated our topic to for this lecture today, said himself, play a wrong note is insignificant. To play without passion is inexcusable. So if you guys enjoyed this video and found the information helpful, please do give this video 2 thumbs up, or just 1 thumbs up will be plenty. Please do subscribe, please do like, please share. Click that notification bell that I believe is somewhere around that screen. I believe it's right next to that subscribe button. Click that notification bell. All of you who called me, contact me via my website, do check the description below this video. All the links you need to know to contact me for one-on-one piano lessons or to get more information, all located below this video. All the links, my Instagram page, my Facebook page, every single way you can contact me for one-on-one lesson. I'm so grateful and appreciative of your comments, of all your support via PayPal to support the content of my channel. Incredible, guys. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you at my next video. Thanks for watching. And all of you, do have a great day and make it a musical one.